Sat Nam Trail Talk with me, Marcia. So let's talk the energy and the astrology today. Neptune is going direct. Why is that a big deal? Because it's a big old planet that stays in a sign a very long time, and it's been in Pisces. So right now it's at the 29th degree of Pisces. This is a review of your spirituality. It's not going to go into Aries until January 26th, and then that is going to be where it stays and moves through Aries. So think back this last, since 2012, this over a decade of time where your spirituality has been on a highlight. You most likely tried different modalities. You may have tried and dipped your toe in different faiths. The opposite of faith in God and amplifying our intuition and connection is delusion, distraction. So what'd you do with that, right? And it's interesting because if you look at the 2020, that's when Neptune is now in the high degrees, which is the collective. That's when the pandemic is. That's when all this interesting things with all of the different governments and elections and who's in power, lots of lying, lots of destruction, lots of distraction, right? Putting people in this position, and we're still sort of in a hangover this, that I won't be okay if this is the administration, or I won't be okay if this is what my government says I have to do. And we have been called to find the path to God, into our divinity, inside, and a higher power. Where do we connect to our family of light that gives us sustenance? So I want to get really clear here. When Neptune moves into Aries next year, Neptune's God the Father, right? There's masculine planets and there are the feminine planets, all representing different personalities of God. But Neptune, when it goes into Aries, it's going to be looking at all of us and say, you can't have it both ways. What do I mean? You can't have it both ways. You can't be a victim and complain about society or, go on and on and on about your own personal drama and know that you're a conscious creator and understand that your thoughts and your vibration is creating your reality. So Neptune will be like, it's in Aries, it's going to be fires. It's going to be like, I want you to put your energy where your heart is. Do you understand you are God's child and you are co-creating? Ek Onkar, the creator and the creation are one, right? Or do you want to double down on mana, the material world, and all that goes wrong here? It isn't that we don't grieve, or it isn't that there isn't anger sometimes at the way the world is, and you get over it, right? That's why we have the Kundalini practice, so that we can have full awareness when we are in a part of our life that's really scary, right? We can fully integrate the fear, the vulnerability, the questions, the love, right? And this is what is going to be the theme of 2026. 25, I would say, energetically, the bumps in the road were, I think, harder. We're going to notice we're harder in 25. What's going to make 26 not easy is if you pull back on your responsibility for your life. Because not only do we have Neptune going there, oh my Lord, we've got Uranus going into Gemini again. It's right now in Taurus, but it'll move back in 26. And that'll be the reworking of having a whole new mind. If you want to hang on to your stories, you better buckle up, sweetheart, right? Because Uranus is going to go, no. And then Saturn in Aries. So there is such benefits. And I want to talk about this next week. We have the 3-Eye Atlas coming. And so in my channeling class, we've been really connecting with 3-Eye Atlas, and I have some wonderful things to share with you. the loving messages, but also the directives that 3i Atlas is giving planet Earth. So on December 19th, it will do its pass by. Then that same day, we will have the new moon in Sagittarius, and I'll get more into that next week. And then the solstice. I really encourage you to come online or in person on the 19th for my class. What keeps coming up is nourishing. It's going to be so nourishing. There's going to be gentle restorative moves. And then we are going to do the 3i Atlas breath work that's kind of come through for me. It's not super strenuous, but it's gentle, compassionate, and tenderly opens your heart. And then we are going to chant the long Ekankar for 30 minutes. And then you're going to go into a sound healing for 30 to 40 minutes with Reiki. Nourishing, but also empowering. This night is about dialing God up for yourself and letting 3i Atlas speak to you directly about next steps in your life, because there's some steps that you are feeling you've got to take, right? And the clarity is going to come next week, and I would love to be a part of it. But for now, enjoy today. Today is a dynamic push forward. This is the beginning of clarity and power and action. Satnam.